Take two.
Hel-
Take
Hello,
three.
hello there, Gia.
Well, take five. Only jazz dorks will get that. Hi.
Yeah. Hi, Gia. How are you doing tonight?
I'm okay. I'm all right. I'm good.
Yeah.
Christmassy. I'm in a Christmassy mood.
Yeah, I felt like there was a lot of time to get ready, and then all of a sudden it's upon
It's
us.
upon us like crazy. I know.
Like
I was kind of
crazy.
prepared too, and then suddenly I was like, "Oh God, I gotta get to the post office. I gotta get my cards out." And
Yeah.
But
I
happens
know.
every year. Yeah.
Yeah, I
But we
guess that's
managed to
true.
watch A Christmas Carol last night, so I feel like now we're good. We're ready to go.
Yeah. Which one was it?
The old man's favorite is the George C. Scott version,
Yeah,
which is
that's my favorite
1984.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's good. He's very good at it.
He's
Yeah.
very tortured fella.
And I was reading a little kind of review of it today, and they pointed out, and I hadn't noticed this, but that he's fat. George C. Scott is fat, and all the other versions, they have a sort of miserly, skinny. Yeah.
Huh.
And they're like, this Scrooge is just a big fat bully, just a big fat kind of bastard that, and that sort of makes him more effective. Like the big, Yeah. He's not introspective. He's not being miserly with himself, really. Obviously he's eating enough to be fat. And anyway, it's good. It was good. So
yeah, I like that
so
one.
That's our one. We don't really have Christmas traditions ourselves, really.
Yeah.
But that's like the one thing we always watch that. So
yeah, I like that. Gia. Good for you.
And of course, General Hospital. We always watch that.
And of course, General Hospital. That's right. Yeah.
And I feel like there was a lot to like in the past couple days.
Yeah. Okay. All right. You want to get to it?
Okay. You want me to start, or what are you saying now?
Yeah. Go for it, Gia.
Well, we had another Monica visitation, which was great.
Yes, we did. And they manufactured an ankle injury so she could remain seated. And, that's fine. We're okay with Monica being seated.
And she seemed a little more with it.
Maybe.
I thought.
Yeah, she really put her energy into her line, right? About Tracy.
She was emoting a little more.
Yeah.
So I don't know what her situation is, but I'm just glad to see that they're incorporating her into the storyline a little bit.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming it's probably very difficult for her, so I appreciate her effort to
it must be. Yep. Same.
So that was nice. And I thought a standout scene was Aiden and Elizabeth. And the revelation that he's gay. And I thought, wow, that was just handled so well and delicately.
Yeah, it was just a nice, gentle sort of mother-son moment.
When Elizabeth is at her best as a mother, I think.
She really is. She really makes it look not easy necessarily, but just, like she's all the way invested,
Yeah. And it was such a great moment, I thought. And I give real credit to the show for writing that in and being I mean, hopefully they won't get heavy-handed with it, but I felt like that moment was not heavy-handed. We were all kind of waiting, and she went through it without it being a big deal, and it was like, that's so great. That's how it should be,
Yeah. And she sort of set it up nicely, I thought, so that he could, say as much as he felt comfortable saying,
Yeah, right. And there was no like big gasp and no big, moment or I don't know. It was just like, okay, great, Because I imagine if you have a child that you probably know is gay all along, and you just make them comfortable and feel safe, and then they can just say what they need to say, and it's not like a coming out of the closet moment. So I'm hoping, I remember not too long ago, I was lamenting all the homophobic anti-gay comments I read online about
Christina
the
and Blaze.
Christina storyline. And so I'm hoping this doesn't elicit similar anti-gay slurs and things.
But, I would think this would hopefully make people think a little bit more about who they're attacking,
that like your own child, possibly.
Yeah, people who are vulnerable and, just trying to sort of make their way. So, that was nice. Yeah.
So we'll see. Hopefully there won't be. I don't know. I just those comments like, "No, fast forward. I will no longer watch this show." And I'm like, "Oh my god!" Like, oh my fucking god! What year is it? Like, get over it.
I know. The one. I wouldn't say it's a criticism, but the way that they were like spooning out the cookie dough, it seemed like it was a little amateurish.
That's normally something I'd bring up, some like minuscule prop, criticism or something.
I know.
I didn't actually notice that, but see, like I can count the number of times I've baked cookies like on one hand, probably.
Yeah.
Whereas you're kind of a pro at that sort of thing. So I didn't. What were they doing with it? Don't you usually kind of put it in a spoon and then thumb it out or something?
Well, that's what I do too. But like, it seems like he would have had like a little like scooper, like an ice cream scooper kind of thing. So you don't have to handle it as much. Yeah, and they would have been more evenly spaced on the cookie sheets, But anyway, yeah. But that was very minor, very minor.
Okay. It's all just what we bring to the table ourselves. It kind of matters,
Yeah. So that was a lovely scene. It seems like there was something else I wanted to say about that, but I don't.
The other thing that I was felt like had warm fuzzies about and felt like is a possibly good development was Spinelli's arrival at Maxie's and that little although it's the usual soap opera trope, but Felicia and Spinelli speaking in perfectly loud voices about what they'd done there.
About
like
their little plot.
People are ridiculous, but other than that, I'd kind of bought it up till that point. I was like, oh, okay.
I had too. That kind of caught me off guard when it turned out to be a little scheme of Felicia's.
Yeah. So I'm kind of hoping, I don't know what his deal is, his contract and everything, but they were a great couple, and it would be super cool to reignite that little. I have a feeling they won't, but
I don't know, but I like just the fact that if he's around and there's more scenes between them, even just as friends and stuff, I think that would be good.
Yeah, they spark each other's energy really well. And, And he had some good lines, and then the scene with he and Cody where the horse bites him, that was great.
Yeah, I guess they couldn't have trained the horse to actually bite him, so we could have seen it on camera, huh?
Oh yeah, that would have been good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Horses do bite. They really do bite. Yeah. And it is like a pinchy bite. Like he said, it was more of a bruise. And it's like, you're right. Sometimes they do that. Bastards.
Yeah. So, and good to see the horse again and that, lovely living room stable setup that they have.
Right. Yeah. So I liked all those things. What did you like or dislike?
Well, let's see. What did I like? I guess I like. There is a lot to cover, isn't there? But as far as today's episode, I think Ava and Nina, where Ava was, I think she was a little drunk, so maybe she was a little bit looser with her thoughts. She about
was great.
Nina.
Yeah.
Just sort of checking Nina a little bit because Nina seems to think that, she hasn't done anything wrong, really.
they were in, not just today, but in the last couple episodes, they were having some great sort of Lucy and Ethel moments.
I know. Yeah, talk about like a darker Lucy and Ethel,
Yeah, but just like one of them said something about, how many people are blackmailing her, and you better, just get in line. Get in
That's
line.
Right. Nina said that. Yeah. Uh-huh.
It was kind of funny. They both do have really good comic chops. And,
they do. They do.
So their scenes are funny together, and I like how they're being thrown together for Christmas, and
that makes sense, really. That they
and Ava's just standing there throwing back the martinis. And...
I know, she's a fun mom, isn't she?
Yeah,
little Avery there, and she's just getting drunk,
throwing him back. Yeah, I got pretty drunk a couple of Christmases ago because I was pretty sure we were all gonna die of COVID. We gathered. We gathered at my brother's, and then he revealed late night. He reveals that he's not feeling well, and but we're all like keeping a brave face for everyone. And I was like, oh Jesus, we're all going down. And everybody's there, all the kids, and my dad, my 1,000-year-old father, and I was just like, just keep handing me the beers, like whatever. It was, of course, was fine. He just had a cold, but I was like, oh, great. And there's no getting out. There was no, like, at that point, we were, and it was late night when he's like, I don't mean to alarm anybody, but I'm really not feeling well. Oh, fuck. I've brought my father here to die,
to a super spreader event.
Yeah. So I remember I just it was like a nice day in Tennessee, and I just sat out on the porch and watched the children play while pounding beer after beer and trying to smile benignly at everyone.
Yeah.
They're probably like, oh, Aunt Lauren's drunk on the porch again.
Oh, you kids. That sounds like a
2
good
years
Christmas
ago. It was
movie.
It was
3,
like,
I think. Yeah. Well, I guess it could have. It
was like whenever
over
things
3 years ago. Yeah.
Yeah, but it was like when things were better, and then suddenly Omicron hit or something. But it was too late. We'd already all made our Christmas plans, and then it was like, like Omicron, Oh God, good times.
Yeah. Boy, weren't they?
Anyway, General Hospital. Okay, so okay. One thing we need to talk about, and maybe you can explain this all to me.
Oh, I doubt it, but go ahead.
So the whole Brennan storyline, Pikeman, don't blink, it's over.
I know. Well, yeah, I know. I was thinking about that today, and so okay, let's try to trace it back a little bit. So this Brennan
can you
guy,
unpack that for me, please?
I'll try, Gia. I'll try. Brennan, I guess, has always been the guy behind this Pikeman deal, right? Like getting Sonny to move the merch and, giving him the big suitcases full of cash through his other guy. And then meanwhile, we still don't know who shot at Sonny and Anna at the pool. So that's the one sort of question mark, who's responsible for that. But meanwhile, Valentine was the one who introduced Sonny to the Pikeman people, right? And he said he never knew who the boss was, right? But I'm starting to wonder now, like, how guilty is Valentine? Does he know Brennan? Because that was...
Well, and I guess we don't know. I mean, basically, Valentine made it seem like Sonny was... There was no way Sonny could refuse that deal. He was damned if he did, damned if,
Yeah,
and maybe the same thing happened to Valentine. Maybe he couldn't...
Maybe, right.
But I don't know if we know that. We don't know that, I guess.
Yeah. So meanwhile, I guess, since this Brennan guy was also trying to eliminate Anna because she was the one who still knew about his part in that botched job, from the 80s.
Yeah, which I don't know. It was all very far-fetched, but
a little preposterous. But so the Pikeman thing plus the Anna thing kind of converged because they were both like, this guy was sort of at the root of both of those things, right?
And do we believe that he had nefarious intentions with Carly, or was he just?
It looked like, because she found out who he was, he was going to kill her, right? That seemed kind of stupid too.
Yeah, but do we think that his intent all along was targeting Carly because of her relationship with Sonny, or was he just intrigued with Carly? I don't know.
I think he thought he could use her somehow. I don't think he had any good intentions. I think they were all sort of,
But anyway, was that the fastest storyline ever? It was like, I know, and you can't please us.
All that, but there was Pikeman was mentioned every week for the last 6 months or something. It seems like
at least, and then they wrapped this thing up, within an hour, and
it wasn't even like it got dangerous. Really, I mean, Carly smacked him with a platter.
That was a little bit satisfying.
It was. I mean, it seemed like she could have taken him because I don't know. And then the next thing you know, Anna's at the doorway, and he didn't reach for a gun or anything. It seemed like it was all
it was
handled.
very smooth and efficient. Yeah,
and his guy wasn't too sharp either. The guy who was shooting at Anna and Dante. So.
I don't know. I just thought it was so weird that they stretched some things out for a million years, and then this was like, here's this guy, and I like him, and so now he's already gone.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Gia. I'm sorry.
Well, I don't think I was alone. I think people liked it. He was an intriguing sort of guy, and I don't know. I thought we were going to have some cat and mouse stuff with Ian Carly for a while she would know who he was, but he wouldn't know, and I was like, oh my God, they gave that up instantly.
I know. Yeah, they did have a lot of possibilities that they could have explored there.
So anyway, whatever. I guess I shouldn't complain. We complain about how the pacing of things.
It's an art, I guess, to pace things perfectly. And meanwhile, we have Charlotte with her little necklace that she seems to be quite attached to. So something's up with Charlotte, definitely.
Yeah, she's not a well-adjusted young lady.
No, and she never was. She didn't have any sort of a normal, stretch.
Of course not. No.
She was always indulged. I mean, Nina was super protective to the point of being mean to everybody around her.
Right.
Willow. And of course, Papa,
but so obviously she's got a dark side, and maybe is not just a dark side. All the sides may be dark. The stuff that she's, the stuff where she seems sweet and, to love her family and everything, that may all just be a veneer covering up this.
Right.
She may be the next Helena. She may be an actual black hole of Cassadine evil.
Yeah. What a great thought.
Which, maybe that's what they're doing with her. What a juicy role for a young lady if that's what they're doing.
It really would be, yeah. I would like it to be, I guess, more of a struggle for her,
I'd like to see her
pure evil. But, and I'm wondering, so if Valentine explained to her what had happened to Anna as far as this Brennan guy targeting her, and all of that, would that matter to Charlotte? Would she weigh that?
I'm thinking no. I'm thinking she's not being very rational about any of it.
Right. So that's
but I like Kevin being in the mix. Kevin and Laura being in the mix.
I do too.
Nina and Valentine are complete dunces about the whole thing. They're every excuse in the book for little special Charlotte. And
and also the destroying of evidence. I mean, that could have been something that they were charged with. But
what'd you think about the tender moment between Valentine and Anna today?
And Anna,
kind of said an official goodbye to their relationship.
Yeah, that was interesting because, it was kind of, for a minute, it was easy to sort of imagine that they could just sort of say, oh, this is all water under the bridge. Let's get back together, Yeah. I thought, but then, when you have the Charlotte factor, obviously they can't go back.
No, and so I was glad she stood her guns and didn't.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
No, too much was said and done, I think.
Yeah, and he didn't fight it at all. I guess because he knew with Charlotte as his priority that this just wasn't going to happen. So
yeah.
So
it was a little bit. It was a little bit poignant. It was a little sad.
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, because we had said, we did like them as a couple, and that's not an easy thing for them to have these people sort of work their way into relationships and continue to be interesting,
Right. Speaking of, we didn't cover this. This was from quite a few days ago.
Yeah. Go ahead.
What? You know what I'm talking about.
I was thinking about the Robert Diane situation.
Yes.
And how needy he was.
And how gross that was. That was so gross. How'd I do?
I know. That was is this supposed to come across the way it is coming across? That
was disgusting. Yeah. I was like
he's on the one hand, he's acting like he's this player. And then on the other hand, he's got to be built up by Diane,
Yeah.
He didn't get any points at all for that. It was like, oh God.
It was awful and embarrassing and I just feel bad for her. Mostly.
Yeah, me too. Yeah,
I feel bad for him too, because I wonder if he's reading this, the actor, and going, "Oh my God,"
Yeah.
They're ruining the legacy of this character.
They are. Yeah, there's no dignity in his character.
It's embarrassing.
Anymore.
It's embarrassing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think I blocked that out. That's why I didn't bring it up.
Exactly. I know. I thought that was so unappealing to both of us that we probably did just sort of forget about it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, poor Diane. She deserves much better. She should get together. Well, Yuri's still with Terry, but Yuri would be a good guy for her.
Oh yeah, that'd be going even a little bit younger than she did before, but she could pull it off. She could pull it off.
She definitely could. So anyway, yeah.
Okay. What else do we have to discuss here?
Well, we had quite a bit with Portia, Marshall, Stella.
Oh yeah.
The family, and
we had quite a moment there with Marshall and Stella. Out on the porch there. What do you think of that?
Well, it seems a little. I don't know if I would say soon. I don't know. It seemed like I would like if there's going to be something between them, and I don't know how I feel about that, but I feel like it should be. It should take a little longer to get there, maybe. I don't know, but I guess they're not getting any younger. So
how long do you want to give them?
I don't know. But
I think it could be interesting. I think it could be kind of interesting.
Yeah, it could be. I don't know. I guess, yeah. We'll see.
Oh, I forgot to mention that she was on the award show the other night, Stella, Yeah. And she's got some legs going on.
Yeah, she was showing off her legs, wasn't she?
Yeah, at first I was like, what is she wearing? And then I was like, oh my God, that's why she's wearing it. Look at those legs.
Yeah. Yep, she's in pretty good shape, isn't she?
Yeah, I wonder if she was a dancer or something.
Maybe. Yeah, she had a little bit of rhythm there when they were dancing out there.
Yeah. Anyways, we had that. We had the, I'm gonna walk again, Christmas miracle thing.
Yeah, I know. I don't know why that upsets me that they get so excited about that. It doesn't make any sense because, of course, you would want him to be restored to his, original.
Yeah.
But I like how Curtis is being he's sort of like Zen now in his chair.
Yeah, he's much more enjoyable as a character.
Yeah. He's got more perspective, he's not letting little things get to him and stuff. So
yeah. Portia not being all that enjoyable.
Not really, no.
She was pretty bitchy to Spencer today. I don't know, is that justified or not? It's just like, wow, when she lets something out like that, you're like, wow, the whole rest of the time this is just fake. This is just you being.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, and it's not.
It makes you appreciate a character like Tracy that just lets it rip all the time.
Yeah, where you know what you're getting with Tracy. Yeah. And Portia's no saint, really. So I don't know if she can be so judgmental with Spencer, who's still just a young man,
Right. So I don't know. That was kind of a weird moment, but
yeah. Oh, speaking of young men, we had the scene where Adam was letting Joss and Dex know that he was staying in the dorm for Christmas, which I don't know, but I liked how Dex is continuing to be just kind of cool and not like acting like jealous or anything with this guy. I mean,
which must make the Adam guy feel even more pathetic because he can't even get the boyfriend jealous. Like not even worth getting jealous about because he's so pathetic.
That's true. That's true.
But he's being very zen about things, and
and I think he knows that no good would come of acting possessive or anything. Like you might as well just like sort of roll with it and see what happens.
Well, and Joss is a little bit of a mama bird, that wants to take care of these strays.
Yeah, that's true.
But that'll be interesting to have Adam at the Christmas gathering, popping pills and what have you.
Yeah, that's true. So where are they going to be at Carly's? Yeah, they're going to be
Sounded like at Carly's, yeah.
Okay.
It's just hard to figure out all the family gatherings, but I'm glad
Nina's moving around.
I'm glad Nina's getting sloshed at Sunny's. I think that's a fun Christmas scene.
Yeah. Oh, we did have the very creepy scene at Rice Park with the
the live nativity.
Cyrus. Yeah. I mean, that was all a little icky, but then Cyrus,
weird. Yeah,
thinking he could be a wise man, nobody would mind.
Everybody's like, nope, hard stop on that.
Yeah, but now it seems like he's even more like furious at Sonny and everybody for keeping him from that, and so it seems like he's plotting something, right?
Probably, yeah. Sonny will be sorry.
Yeah.
And then that led us to the dinner that was waiting with Lucy and Scott and Kevin and Laura, and so they're kind of basically breaking up Lucy and Martin, it seems like, for no real reason. I'm not sure what's going on.
Yes, that sort of seemed like it all happened kind of off camera or something, right?
Yeah,
it was all confusing when the whole Deceptor thing happened, and it seemed like he was involved somehow in that, right? And he was like she didn't trust him as much for a while there.
There were fissures in their relationship after that. And,
fissures. Yes. Good
and now we're going to see she and Scott get together. That seems to be what they're setting up, I guess.
I don't know. I don't know. I guess.
And I wanted to ask you, when we had Scott kind of drunk at the bar and Tracy and they talked about them getting it on, I was like, wow, that must have been way before my time. I don't recall
that would have been a long time ago, and I don't even remember if that was. I mean, if I don't think he was making that up. I don't think they're rewriting history there, but I don't remember that.
That sounded pretty funny
before I started watching. Yeah. But that's a hard couple to imagine, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
But Tracy continues to look quite amazing, doesn't she?
She really does, and the little braided hair thing, and even with the antlers on, and I didn't like how she set the wheels in motion for
Olivia
and Lois competition thing, and that seemed to like Olivia's going to fall for that easily, and it seemed like she did, and I don't know.
Yeah, I know. I don't want that either. That seems like sort of too much of like a cliched kind of a thing. And and then they just be different and better.
Speaking of Ned, then we had the Ned, Michael, Nina, whatever conundrum going on there. I can't even follow any of it anymore.
I can't either. I can't either. Yeah. So he made a deal with Ned so Ned wouldn't expose Nina because Michael still wants leverage over Nina. Is that?
I guess so, or he thinks he'd look bad to Willow if Willow found out that he'd been, I was like, what? I don't even understand.
I know.
It's so convoluted, but
it is very.
I feel like it's all going to come out like at Christmas, dinner or something, and the whole thing will get blurted out.
Cyrus knows now, right? Cyrus overheard enough.
Oh yeah, because Cyrus was lurking.
Yeah.
Or Ava's getting pretty loose tongued at the moment. Maybe she'll spill everything.
That's true. Yeah. I thought Donna was doing a great job with her lines. I thought she's good.
Yep, she is good. She's a little pro.
We had to see a little bit of Wiley, which was painful, but
a little Wiley, and we got a little more Violet, and I was like, oh no, God, people with the Violet,
Yeah. And she was like, completely sort of the flip side of the usual Violet, being all glum and sort of silent, or I don't know.
It's a little easier to take when she's glum.
Yeah, a little bit.
I don't know. I'm kind of ready for Christmas to be over because the kids can kind of go back to being on the back burner and not. They're very.
Yeah, they have shown
them
a lot
for Christmas, and. There's been so much. Kid. Oh, and speaking of kids, I'm just jumping around here. I did have the one beer. I'm afraid it's made me a little bit.
Sure, that's okay.
Loose, a little bit loose and free associations and stuff.
Okay, that's
so
okay.
Babies. Let's talk about babies and eggs and.
Babies and eggs. Okay.
The heartbreak of TJ and Molly having to wait an extra few months, and they've had so much heartbreak and.
Yeah, I know. I liked how Molly said to Christina, "Really take time to think about this," and then in the next breath, I don't know how much more heartbreak we can take. It's like I don't know. Yeah. But we knew this was coming. We knew Christina's eggs had a target on their.
But
back.
will they make the leap to we could really save money and not we. Maybe just use a turkey baster, or we can just do the old-fashioned, dim
the lights, Barry White.
Dim the lights and do a little bumping of the uglies and bing, bang, boom, and we'd all save a lot of money.
A lot of money. Yeah.
Do you think it's going to get practical. To that, or?
I think it would be hilarious if it did. I mean, I think a lot of people might be a little uncomfortable, but no more so than watching Robert fish for compliments from Diane, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be refreshing, I think, in its boldness. If they just I'd like drunk or something, you know.
I hate to say it like this, but I'd like to see TJ rise to the occasion and
so to speak.
Yeah, and I would just like to see more out of his character, you know.
Yeah.
We had a moment there where we saw he and Austin kind of have a dark moment together.
Yeah, right.
I'd like to see him have some complicated feelings. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, he just seems like a sort of a benign guy.
Yeah, he's very benign is right. Very like milk toast. Is that the right word? Milk toast?
Yeah. Although, you know, like when he was
milk toast?
I guess it's just a weakness, like a soft, you know, crumbly.
But is it like toast whether you just put milk on? Like,
do I need to?
Because that would defeat the purpose of having crunchy bread. You know, if you're just going to put milk on it anyway.
Yeah, I was thinking that toast is funny because it's really only good for like 20 seconds. You know.
I guess. I don't know. I mean, you got to put a lot of butter on it.
Yeah, well, with butter,
and then it's going to sit there for a while. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a weird concept. I don't even have a toaster anymore. That's how much I eat toast. Like never.
Really? Okay. Yeah. Okay. I don't know where the phrase comes from, but we pretty much covered it.
Oh yeah. Well, anyway, it suits TJ. He's very yeah.
But I was going to say, like, during that time when he and Molly were really, like, anti-Christina, and they really both were sort of, like, openly hostile.
Yeah,
like,
they were being very ugly as people, both of them.
And they kind of explained it away with her recently, but still I don't quite trust TJ with her because I thought, you know, that came sort of out of nowhere. You know? So I don't know what that means as far as his like mild personality, if that was just like something that they're not going to let us see again, you know, or if that could be developed into something. I'm not sure, but that made me a little bit concerned. When he and Christina are alone, I kind of wonder, like, what does he really think of her, you know?
Yeah.
So if they were all drunk, let's say like New Year's Eve, and
they just decided, let's make this the make the baby night.
Yeah. Would he be a nice guy or just selfish? I don't know.
Maybe he should talk to Robert and get some tips on how to.
It's gonna be messy. Whatever they do
on his performance, you know, how to perform.
Yeah. Boy.
I've never had a guy ask me that. I don't know what. Like, I don't even know how to react to that. Like, so how was I? God.
I know.
You have to ask. You know.
Yeah, I know that was rough. Especially after like he's treated her like she's like the booby prize for so long, you know, and then all of a sudden he needs
Don
so
Juan.
much.
Yeah. Needy old man. Yucky, you yucky needy old man. Yucky.
Yeah.
Look, I've gotten all nasty and negative now. Oh my goodness.
Well, it's hard not to with that situation.
Okay. Do we have anything else, or did we kind of cover it? Or
I think mostly. we didn't talk really about Sasha. I don't know if there's much to say about Sasha.
Oh, the Sasha Cody stuff. Yeah.
Yeah,
they're going to make them a couple no matter what. You know that. And,
I know. It's just weird. Like now they're in this weird, like awkward phase where like they don't seem to know exactly what to say to each other. And it's like, why can't they just be friends? I don't understand why they can't be more comfortable with each other, you know?
Yeah. And now we got the Mac thing coming out and obviously Mac's not there anymore at the moment. So they keep explaining him away.
Yeah.
So hopefully he'll be back, and if they're going to continue that storyline.
Yeah. Right. I know. I wonder where Felicia's going to go with that. It's interesting that Maxie was completely like fine with whatever Cody said, you know?
Yeah.
She's not.
But they did bring it up again, obviously. So maybe that's a good sign about Mac coming back as a character, hopefully.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
He's just one of those nice guys that you root for, you know?
You sure do. And of course, we love Felicia.
I root for a lot of bad guys, but I root for the nice guys too.
Yeah, that's great. That's great, Gia. It's wonderful. So there we have it, I guess. Dante was good. Yeah. Dante was good. I liked him when, because it was getting tiresome, the conversation between Alexis and Sam about the skydiving.
Oh, the skydiving thing, yeah.
It just went on and on and on, you know, and it's like, just, you know, let her do it if she wants to, or if she doesn't, who cares, you know? But I liked how Dante made it kind of funny.
Yeah, it was a little bit funnier, but yeah, it was a little excessive. The whole thing. So
yeah, I can't take much more of that, really.
Wrap that up like the Brennan storyline.
Yeah.
Just bing bang boom, slap it on a bing bong, get it done. Yeah. Yeah.
So we'll see. We'll see if that works out.
But anyway, they did a fair amount of stuff in a couple of days. We haven't. Yeah. I wish we'd get back to the Esme thing because that was so huge, and so we'll see what happens.
That's right. Yeah. That's right, Gia. Yeah, that reminds me. I should go back and watch that full episode on Hulu because I missed all that crucial stuff.
We've got Christmas upon us here shortly, and so they're probably not going to do anything too important because they know people are busy and stuff. But
yeah.
Or that's my guess. They don't want stuff to get lost in the holiday shuffle.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's such a big plot movement there.
Yeah, that's right.
So we'll see.
We sure will. Gia.
Okay. Right,
I was a couple of things I was gonna mention for people looking for a last minute gift, you know?
Yeah.
Holiday gift. There's what would be better than a link to this podcast? It's free.
Pretty much anything.
That's true. But you could give it to someone you like or someone you don't like.
Yeah. Someone who would be driven insane by our endless nonsense. Yeah, there you go.
Let's say your mother-in-law watches General Hospital. You set her up with the podcast and just watch her go crazy.
Yep. Okay.
You know, so that was one recommendation, and that's just free advice. And then the other thing I was going to say is that I thought, you and I maybe we should wait till like January 1st to embark on our Nariva experiment.
Our big experiment. Yeah. Are we both going to take the same thing, or are we each taking something different?
No, we're both going to take the same thing.
Okay. And we have to find some sort of mental acuity test to
or like start give each other like some sort of a baseline quiz to establish like how sharp we are.
That'll be embarrassing right off the bat.
So we'll do that maybe in the new year.
Okay.
And people can watch and listen and see if they
in real time
any difference. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. That'd be fun.
So stay tuned, people.
This is going to be worse than the bar shampoo era. I have a feeling.
It could be, Gia. Well, then we'll be experts on two things: bar shampoo.
Yeah.
Although our results were inconclusive there, so
they were mixed. They were pretty mixed.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So we'll see how we do with the Nariva.
Okay. Now we'll probably be off on Monday because that's Christmas, and
that's true, isn't it? Yeah, I guess we will be.
Pick things back up on Thursday, maybe.
Okay, so how long are you going to be away for, Gia?
I will be getting back that next Thursday.
Okay. All right.
Afternoon or evening or something. So.
Okay, sounds good.
But there probably a lot of episodes will be not on because of the holidays and stuff too. I don't know. So we'll just.
Yeah, we'll have to figure that out.
We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. But,
okay.
But anyway, Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays to all.
Yes, Happy Holidays, everybody.
Yep, and
in the world.
Yeah, and we'll catch up with you. I'll be talking to you. We'll figure things out.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. All right. Well, everybody have a lovely evening.
Yes, and you too, Gia. Good night.
Okay, you too. All right, see ya.
Bye.